Everybody, welcome back to my channel. And this time we're going to review Dr. Naples' Bigfoot Bill, Shadow of the Mothman. And before I go into the video, I have to say something. A couple of days back, I made an unboxing video of Bigfoot Bill 1 and 2. And I posted it, and Dr. Naples commented on that. And we have a small back and forth chat about something, and at the end we closed it in a nice way, I think, because I said something in a video and he reacted to that, and I was thinking about that. I was going back to my video, watched it a couple of times, and sorry, and I decided to apologize to Dr. Naples through this video, because my channel and the content that I make is purely for making comics. But at that time, I said something that I shouldn't have said, because I do not want to smear creators. That is not what this channel is, and my channel is built for informing people, talking about comics, creating comics, laughing with comics, critiquing and saying something positive, inform people about what I think it's good or bad, and it's my viewers should then decide if they want to buy the book or not. What my channel is not, a hateful, smearing, talking down to creators, or say bad things about it. But I did an unboxing video, and that was wrong of me. So I decided to pull the video. I deleted it, and it's gone. And maybe some of you viewers think, hey, why did you do that? This is your channel. You can do whatever you want. Yes, I can do whatever I want, but like I said, I want to make videos about comics. I don't want to, talk about negative shit when it comes to people. That is not me. Because, as you all know, I think you all know that when it comes to comics, we have a lot of shit going on right now from the big companies, from social justice warriors, from cancel culture, from people on Twitter having beef with each other, with all the drama, and it only hurts people in the end. Nobody gets benefit from that. Maybe some likes, maybe some clicks, maybe some followers, etc. But when it comes to comics and everybody involved in that, we have only losers. So that's why I'm talking about this before making the review. And well, that's basically what it is. So I was wrong, and I tried to do better next time, because if I'm gonna inject my personal things into videos when it comes to creators, I need to critique everyone. But then it's gonna be a drama video all the time, that I don't like that, and I don't like that person. He said that and she said that. That's not what this channel should be about. This should be about comics. And Doc said in the chat that we have, well, he doesn't agree with Comicsgate, and I'm just standing by that, by the way. But I said, well, we can agree to disagree, and he actually agreed with that. And at the end, it's all about the backers. It's all about the fans, about the people who love comics, and comics can get people together. And and that we agreed upon that. So, and that made me think what he said, but also, watching my video and what I want to represent in my channel. What do I want with my channel? Well, I just want to make videos about comics that I like, and critique them and say positive things about them. But what I do not want is to, put creators down and talk smack about them. That's not what I want. So, that being said, like I said, I'm going to do better. I try to change things. So we'll see what happens. So and I hope you stick around for that. And but yeah, let's wait and see. So let's dive into Bigfoot Bill. Is it a good book? From the well, you know what? Let's dive into. By the way, you see a very big picture here because my tablet who is up there. I cannot get it any higher. I have some kind of stand in here that I was perfect for floppies or trade paperbacks, but this book is so freaking big. I mean, look at that. It's amazingly fat piece of paper and art and whatnot. So yeah, I cannot, zoom out on this. This is what you get. So, and I can do it otherwise, but then don't have two hands to move the book, and it's a very heavy book. It's probably a long video. I'm not sure. Let's see what happens. So, enough rambling. Let's dive in. Bigfoot Bill, Shadow of the Mothman. First of all, the cover. I really like what Doug has been done with this. There's a lot of bevel in here, and like in my previous video, my unboxing, it's not there anymore. This is a second cover. The first cover, now I said that wrong again, just like my last video. This is what I believe is second printing. And Doug said, you know what, I'm going to make another cover because otherwise I can cheat, quote unquote, the first backers from the first campaign. So the first backers from the original campaign has a totally new other cover, and I, as a second no, as the one who has the second printing, has also another cover. So it's more exclusive, and I like that. So, and with the stretch deals that came along, we have some nice. I still don't know what these things are. I forget to look that up, but it's a really nice piece, very smooth. Piece of work what he has done, and what I say before, I don't know what this is. Probably this is gold leaf, I believe this as well. Not sure what you call this, but it looks gold. It's pretty. So what is this all about? This is a very thick book, and I cannot get the whole picture. No. Wait, maybe like this. No, that doesn't work either. Can I do it like this? No, this doesn't work either. So this sucks. My stand is too small. I cannot, if you see, I cannot put it all open. Well, we have to make, well, I'm going to adjust that. Let's stop rambling, go into the video. So this is about Bigfoot Bill, but it's also about Poseidon. And we see here, after the age of enlightenment, man's fear of death and darkness was so diminished that even mighty Hades gave up his existence. So when it comes to gods needs the prayers of men to be powerful or maybe sustained. And Hades is dying and leaves his power to Poseidon, who is not, his followers are the creatures of the sea. So, that's different when it comes to praying, but his power comes from the sea. So he inherits the Kraken, and the Kraken becomes his pet or slave. And he got content, and then he saw a beautiful girl drifting for a couple of days, and he kept her alive and falls in love with her. And he just also declared his love for the woman. But there was one problem. She was engaged. So I'm going to try to turn this. We got a beautiful splash page. Poseidon showing his power. And I really love the shot with the flying fish and whatever this is. And she said, you know what? If my fiancé doesn't return for 3 days, but he came, and she was gone. And the Poseidon was very depressed and tried to, seek her out. He's gonna seek her out. So he's going on land, but also here we're seeing Zeus dying because of the lack of worshippers, and he gave his powers to Poseidon. So Poseidon has now a lot of powers, very powerful, but the woman that he loves is on dry land. So he goes on dry land to find her, but there is no water. And what happens that she lured him to land, where he loses his powers, his what do you call it, strength and stature. What they do with him is they cut off his finger because it holds the power of Hades and Zeus. But how did she know that? We don't know. But they are, taking him, and what they are doing with him is studying creatures like him. They're building some kind of facility, and that facility becomes the crypto zone. So through the years, people go hunting for mythological creatures, creatures of darkness, monsters, if you will, to study them. And they built a city around them that became Los Angeles. So skip a few pages forward, we get an introduction to the main character, Bigfoot Bill. He escapes because he thinks his parents is alive, and he wants to search for that because they told him he was the only monster left from his kind. If that's the case, we don't know. Sorry. And what's strange about this is all that in this facility there's a lot of monsters, and all these monsters are friendly and they have intelligence, and also they have free reign. At some point they are not locked up behind bars, except for a couple. And Bigfoot Bill, can I say something? Not yet. So Bigfoot Bill has tried to escape and he gets caught. And then we skip to one of the most fun characters in the book, I think. It's Agent, what's his name? Beckner and Agent Sharon. And Agent Beckner is in love with Sharon, and we see his how do you say, go to what he wants to what he wants to do with her. He wants to ask her out, get a coffee, and eventually get married. But at that point, she doesn't see him like that, and he is, fooling around, getting stumbled, doesn't know how to react. And also, Beckner is befriended with Bigfoot Bill. He asked him for advice about about romance and getting with the girls. So that's really funny. But what happened that they got Bigfoot Bill, and skip a few pages, I'm sorry. Well, and then he met Poseidon, and Poseidon wants to, that he escapes and finds his finger, because with the finger he can escape and help Bill also escape. But Bregner comes to the general and he said, you know what? The general wants to have Bigfoot's Bill mind getting wiped because somehow he thinks that he has a family out there and it causes trouble through all the facility. So Bregner needs to put the brain scrambler on Bigfoot's Bill face so that he lost his memory. But it goes all wrong because what happens... I'm skipping. No, there's a lot of pages here, so sorry for all the skipping. And we see here, skip a little bit, just walk through the facility unsupervised. And like I said, his doppelganger, he said, I need a toilet. You know what? And you have a real toilet. It's a hole in the town floor. It's degrading. So there's some humor in here that I actually like, and there's more humor. This is probably not the perfect humor, but it's a humorous book. And I also love the pacing of the book as well. It's very, how do you say? It's very easy to follow. And there is no real complex characters, but there are stereotypes a little bit. We have the general who is a real military type. Then we have office, the good guy cop and a love interest and a big goof like Bigfoot Bill. And you know, he's gonna escape or try to escape, but at the meantime, we see another character, and that is the villain, besides from Poseidon. Can we call Poseidon a villain? Not entirely sure. Not yet. Spoiler. And it's the Mothman. Mothman is created by someone or something or a couple of people, and he has powers that, instills fear in people. And and he is confused. He doesn't get friendship. He sees past and future. He's a little bit crazy. And we see here him getting assembled. I'm not sure if he's a real creature and then, or a robot. I'm not entirely sure, or maybe a mishmash. But, he's the evil guy, and there's some things with that. So I'm skipping a couple of pages. So we see here Bigfoot Bill escaping, going into some kind of room where all the artifacts are lying, and he gets the finger of Poseidon. But instead, giving it back to him, he's getting found out, and there are people after him from the facility. So, but he summons accidentally the Kraken. And we see here the Kraken, throwing himself or being pushed by the force of the finger through the walls. And what happens then? He goes through all of the walls, and every monster there is getting loose. And eventually also Poseidon himself. So what happens? Can I show a little bit? No, not yet. So the Kraken infuses himself or attaches himself to Bigfoot Bill as he sees it, free armor. Poseidon escapes, finds a water fountain, fills himself up, becomes young and strong again. And as we see here, which is gruesome by the way, it's really cool, he escapes, and all of the people, I'm saying that wrong. A lot of soldiers try to get him, but they are failing because he's super strong. He is extraordinary fighting powers, which is really cool. And also Mothman escapes, as you see here. He uses his, let's say, hypnotism to instill fear in people, and that's also his nourishment. And we come back to that a little bit later. So Bigfoot Bill escapes from the facility, and we see here all the monsters are getting out, and it's chaos. It's absolutely chaos. So what happens? The general's pissed off and fires him. And then skip. We see his love interest find his paper, open it up, and see what Bregner really feels about her. And that creates a little bit of romance and trust for the future. So Bigfoot Bill escapes, goes to Bregner's house, wants to be his roommate, but at the same time, we see here Mothman raining fear upon down the city, and he wants to suck all of the fear into himself, becomes more powerful and bigger. And Bigfoot Bill is the only one who can stop him. But there's a little bit of a price to pay. Well, if you can call it a price. He skip a few pages. Okay, this is not it. So Mothman, takes a little girl. See here, Bigfoot Bill uses the Kraken, or the Kraken doing this by himself, to swing across the city like Spider-Man and frees the little girl, but comes in a fight with Mothman. Poseidon has his own agenda. He wants to go to the sea and becomes all powerful again. But we come to that a little bit later, and it's probably in issue number 2, in volume number 2. We see Poseidon continuing his beef with, Bigfoot Bill. I'm probably saying that too much right now. So let's stick to this book, right? I'm skipping a lot of pages now because, like I said, it's so big. So what happens is they fuse, if we can call it that, they use an enchantment, and Bigfoot Bill becomes Kraken Bill. And Mothman says, Kraken Bill, what a stupid name. Yeah, it's not cool like Mothman. And they're gonna fight, and eventually they open the portal to Hades, and Mothman and almost Bigfoot Bill is getting sucked in. And but well, that's basically almost the end of the book. And I could go on and on and on about the story, but I don't want to spoil everything, although I just spoiled this part. But I think everybody who has Bigfoot Bill 1 knows how it ends, so I hope I'm not spoiling everything. And what I like is that, yeah, well, we see here, Bigfoot Bill and the agent become roomies. And said, your dating advice stinks. We just need to work on our delivery. So he comes back, and there are a lot of monsters in his apartment, bunking there. But we see some shenanigans with the Chupacabra and Hades. And yeah, Hades wants his finger back, and he said, you know what? I tried. The finger bone won't come off the gauntlet. Cut over his arms when he sleeps. Yes, my lord. And that's the end of the book. Well, we have an ending here. I'm going to show it. Why not? So here's the end. We see Hades, and there will be continuation in book 2. I haven't read book 2. But what we have here in the back is what I always like with books like this one. We have pencils, we have sketches, we have making ofs. It's actually really great. We have some facts and some structure, how Doug made make this comic, what his motivation is, the backgrounds. And we see here also some bio from the people and the monsters that are in here, not all of them, but that's a nice little touches. And we see here more art, more making of his earliest drawing. We have a, how do you call this? Storyboard-esque thingy. I believe you can call it that. Not entirely sure. We have the script here. And we have, of course, the pencils, the coloring, made by Kelsey Shannon, by the way. I forgot totally who made these books. Oh, Jesus, that was stupid. I forgot. Sorry. And we hear more making of. I really like that. It's nice. Skipping a lot here. Okay. So, by the way, this is the back of the book. It's the ending of book 1. It's a great book, actually, and I like it a lot. And I have to wait. Wait a minute. So, this is what I normally do. I just, read who made the book. I forgot that. So, colored by Kelsey Shannon, Catherine Garner, and Gabe Eltep, and made by Dr. Napel. And we have a lot of other people there, but these I want to, give it a little bit more highlight, more in the book. So, sorry, I'm rambling again. Overall, this is a lot of content. I wish I could, go more what's in the book, so I skipped a lot of detail. And I think that's a good thing, because if I go on and on and on about this book, you don't want this book anymore, because it's so full of funny stuff, nice light entertainment, humor here. And I said in my unboxing video, that's not there anymore, that I didn't like Earthworm Jim, but Bigfoot Bill, I actually like. He's goofy, he is funny, he is he's just like an innocent child in a big body with the Kraken on it. The Kraken is also very funny. And I like the Mothman, by the way. I hope he is not completely dead. He's a very interesting villain, very malicious. And of course we have Poseidon. So and of course the agents with the love interest. I love those guys. And a lot of side characters like the Chupacabra and then the unicorn. If that's a unicorn, maybe a unicorn monster or something. I don't know. But we find out in book 2, because I have book 2 as well. So yeah, Doc, great job. This is a fun book. I'm yeah, looking out for volume 2 that I'm lying here, but I don't have the time to read it now and make a review. So I come back to that a little bit later, maybe. For now, thanks for watching, guys. Glad you stuck around for what I said in the beginning. Hope you like the video, share the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.